Hey, how's it going, guys, and welcome back to the ReinBloo channel. Today we're here with our first installment of what would have happened next. Now, I know a few people, well, I'm assuming a lot of people did like the idea. I haven't seen any comments. This is going out prior to me having posted the first video back on the channel. But today we're going to be covering Sword Art Online, Sword Art Origins, and Azeri's POV of what would have happened next if the storyline had have continued. Now, I've got some bullet points which I will pop up here on screen, and I will go down them. This is just a little bit of a guide for me to give an explanation on what would have happened next, and if you wanted to read along, you are more than welcome to do so. So, on the first section, Sword Art Origins, what would have happened next? Azeri would be taking part in the upcoming raid boss. This was the raid boss that everyone was talking about. We had a really cool boss in mind that Froggy had modeled themselves essentially, and yeah, it was going to be a raid boss which would have tested everyone. Everyone would have had some sort of test and been forced into a situation that wasn't exactly ideal for anyone. That would have also included the guild and several other members who were also chipping in to help defeat the floor 1 boss. While inside the dungeon, everyone was going to be split up, you know, scattered around. I won't talk too much on this because if it does ever get posted, I don't want to spoil too much. But Azeri would have encountered a reflection. So it's kind of like an entity that takes on, the appearance of someone either in the party or if their name has been mentioned inside of the dungeon, which in Azeri's case, he will have said the words, "I need to do this for real." So there would be a reflection of real in which Azeri would have to tackle and fight against, obviously while overcoming his own emotions of seeing real in the game for the very first time, because he never seen real. At first his reaction will have been, well, who are you? But the resemblance is very uncanny, and we would have been able to see Azeri fight real, reflection real. It's not exactly real, and that would have gone down in quite a struggle. Obviously, Azeri would be filled with more determination to succeed and get out and tell their parents and the family about real and what happened, and obviously they deserve to know, and it gives him that determination. Of course, the metaphorical hole that has been left in his heart. The spelling of hole is wrong on there, I can see that. Yes, the metaphorical hole in his heart of seeing real will obviously linger, and you know, that's something that would probably have come up several times after, maybe if he met up with my mind's gone blank of the name, the character Zoo was playing, Ril's partner. Can't remember the name off the top of my head. Don't know why it's escaping me, but it's annoying me. But they would have probably have met at some point here and, you know, had a bit of a heart-to-heart, seen real again. It wasn't real, it was this reflective entity that was trying to play with their minds. Anyways, after overcoming such a task, Azeri would then have regrouped with everyone. Everyone would have had similar, whatever will have gone on with them. They would have had similar circumstances that they've had to struggle against something, and then the group would take on the boss. Things will have gone down in the boss fight. Won't mention too much of what's gone on, but skipping on ahead, more floors open up, more people can take on bosses, more people can grind, they can get better, they can get more gear, that kind of stuff. Everyone would have strove to got better. Eventually, Azeri would have found new skills and finally settled for the weapon that he's been hoping for. Thanks to Candy, after very, very, very many attempts of failing, they would have learnt and adapted to a lance, so they become a lancer. Since he would then Azeri would then turn his, you know, attention to his agility stat. If he's fast and agile, he can get more attacks in, and he's kind of a little bit glass cannon-y, essentially. That was the way that I looked at it when I first decided this character. He'd be a little bit of a glass cannon, in, out type of dealio. Poke, dash, you know, you get the dealio. And of course, his attempts to get better and train alongside the guild, including Credle. Of course, we all know Credle is the one that did take out Azeri's sibling, which is something that would have come out at some point here in the timeline. But Azeri then sets out on a quest to uncover a mythical weapon. This was the same scene that we had with Tez in one of the previous uploads that we uploaded. There was a scene with Tez. This is the same quest that he's searching for. And he goes searching for answers. And upon searching answers, he finds the whereabouts and goes to find this mythical item. He does, in fact, encounter Caspian, his old buddy, who they haven't seen each other since they lost themselves in the Town of Beginnings when they were first flirting with each other, and all of that good shenanigans. Of course, he's also looking for the same weapon, this legendary weapon, whatever this legendary weapon may be. It is without saying that he's not very happy, but at the end of the day, they really weren't, no one was to fault. They simply got lost. And, they have this little unspoken rivalry between each other to find this item. Of course, it is legendary. It is mystical. So whatever this item is, it's got to be worth some money. Or it's going to be worth something, it's going to have some good stats or whatever. You get the gist. So then naturally they fight. They have a race. They want to find this item. Who can find it first? Whoever finds it first, bang, it's theirs. No hard feelings. Deal done. They do eventually find themselves in an opening in this dungeon, and it leads out into a big open lake, and there's some wonderful sparkles in the water. Now, of course, there will probably have been a comment in there about how it resembles Caspian. Chip him up, make him feel all happy, and then bang, Azeri's going in for that. He's going in. He's just going to drop his guard, get Caspian's guard down. He's going for that item. He wants it. He doesn't care about the flirt anymore. That's in the past. They swim for it. They go for it. They find this item, and it's yet another opening. So at the bottom of a lake, it's a little opening with an air pocket, and there's nothing there. Absolutely nothing. They hear a voice, and it utters the words, "Only one of you is worthy, the other is not." Naturally, they're going to argue, I'm more worthy. I'm, of course, the worthy one. It isn't me, it's you. All of that shenanigans. And when they finally decide who it is that's worthy, Azeri is the victor. Azeri is the one with the required stats that is required for this item. Lo and behold, it's his affection stat because of all the flirting that he did at the very beginning. This was planned from the very beginning. I had this all lined up. It was great. It fell into place wonderfully. And the reward isn't quite what they expect. It's not an item. It's a familiar. So they get themselves a little creature. However, it's just an item. It just got an item. They've just got the stats page, and it's got all the information about it. But it doesn't, there's nothing there. They don't see nothing. All they can do is hear it. They can hear its voice. The creature, however, has a required higher stat in intelligence. It requires intelligence, and it's a blue rose dragon. I will flash a little icon on screen. This was what I was going for. Yes, it's the Yu-Gi-Oh card for those that know what Yu-Gi-Oh is. That's the point. Blue rose dragon, Caspian, blue rose. It was supposed to spark an argument. Caspian should have been the one that had the blue rose dragon. All memes. We love it. We love it. That was the whole point. It was supposed to spark a little bit of an argument. A little bit of conflict. We like a little bit of drama. Not the bad kind of drama. This is good drama. We like it. A little bit of rivalry between the two. And, yeah. So, yeah, they don't actually see what this item is. So for me, for you as the viewers, taking it back a little bit there, you would have had a little bit, the icon would have popped up on screen, a little bit like Mystery Dungeon, and you would have had little text boxes. I was going to do something like that for it, a little bit different, and so I didn't really have to have the, the familiar in-game. you know, a little bit of a spin on it to have something cool, but it's there, what's not there. And it would have literally have bullied, you know, Azeri for not being clever for the duration of the series. Of course, after that, it's not on here, but we would have had an encounter with Credle. Credle would have been exposed as the one that did take out Rill, and yeah, that would have fallen apart. Azeri would have left the guild. Whether he'd have took matters into his own hands, that is a very good question. Depending when all this came out, that would have determined whether Credle would have been, but you know. And then from there on out, there was no other plans. Those were the plans that I had available. That was what would have happened next. What else would have happened would have determined how we ended the series, and all of the other bits in between, what other flaws we decided to do, that good thing. So hopefully that gives a little bit more clarity on the situation. Again, I can't speak on what we're actually going to do because there wasn't a finalized decision on what the end of the series was going to be like. So yeah, hopefully that gives a little bit of clarity for everyone, and they appreciate. If you've got any more questions about Azeri's storyline, you're more than welcome to shoot them my way. Shoot them into the comment section down below, or even on the Discord. If you're in the Discord, you're more than welcome to shove them there too. But for now, I hope this helped, and I will hope to see you guys next week for another of what would have happened next. Next week's will be Demon Lord, the finale episodes of Demon Lord, so make sure you stay tuned for that. But for now, have a wonderful and safe day, and I'll catch you guys on the other side. Bye for now.